and how we can say why it is so much important. Like whatever the conclusion we are, suppose we are doing a one study, suppose we are conducting a one study and we are going to conclude that study based on the concrete empirical evidence, right? Like I mentioned one example, okay, I'm adopting the green practices in our campus. So I want to check that green practices will impact on faculty performance, on admission, on what that do. Then definitely our objective is to give the conclusion. That conclusion is completely based on concretely, I would say the empirical, based on the empirical evidence, right? So that nobody can say, no, it is not empirically tested. Yes, we do empirically tested. And based on that, I would say that yes, the green practices impact on the faculty performance, on the admission, etc. See the small example. Right? The second is means the empirical research can be gathered using both qualitative as well as the quantitative data. Maximum time we as a researcher, we feel that the empirical evidence is all about only quantitative data. No, it is completely wrong, I would say. It is completely based on what types of data we are gathering. Is it qualitative data? Is it quantitative data? Then based on that data, then we can set, okay, we can pick one empirical analysis method, then we can start using that method and do the analysis and give the findings based on our empirically evidence. So that's why, my dear, I would say that the participants, the faculties and all, the empirical research is playing a very, very significant role, right? And maybe means I am very much good in mathematical modeling, I can use, but again, if you are doing any kind of research, any kind of project, definitely the first question will come, means is it empirical analysis or not? If yes, is it qualitative based, it is quantitative based, if it is a mixed method approach. So if we are preparing ourselves, make ourselves ready and are able to conduct a very good empirical research, I would say there is a very, very good chance to get our paper, our project published, even though not only just in the outcomes of paper and a project, means that what the study you are doing, like the director sir mentioned, if our study is saying something very good, relevant, then accordingly we can take from it and we can say, yes, that study is completely empirically dated. So empirical research is the type of the methodology under empirical research. Then like I mentioned that the both way we can conduct empirical research. One is the qualitative based research, one is the quantitative research, right? We, like in the India, especially we Indians are very strong in quantitative research. Yes, we can do quantitative research easily when we have the data, numerical data. But qualitative research also, when I came in the UK at the time means our boss, means that our head HOD mentioned that, Anil, you're going to teach the qualitative research. At that time I mentioned, no, I'm not good. But if I'm not good, does it mean that I'm not able to understand? Oh, let me start reading, which is I'm going to, we can say, conducting empirically. Then the non-numerical data, like I'm presenting, so definitely I'm creating I'm creating data, conducting interviews. When the data is not numerical form, then definitely we are conducting some kind of qualitative research, right? So we, as a academician, I would say, we can say maybe early career researcher, faculty scholar, we can say faculty, everybody, means we have to make ourselves balanced, means that we have to understand some qualitative research as well as the quantitative research as well. Because nowadays the competition is, yes, increasing everywhere. But if we are very strong, both the part, like qualitative and quantitative research, so we can say, well, yes, we conduct this study quantitatively, but validate through qualitative also. Well, yes, we conduct this qualitative research, but validate quantitative also. So it will give more space. It will give, we can say, more insights to prove whatever the findings we have. Right, so we can divide, like I mentioned, that if we have a numeric data, then I would say it is a quantitative research. Then if it is not non-numeric data, then I would say it is a qualitative research. And there are many methods and there are many software also, means handy software we can start using. But the thing is, are we conducting empirical research step-by-step process? Are we conducting empirical research very nicely so that everybody can trust whatever the findings we have? Because when we have the findings, then and definitely we are going to present that finding maybe in the front of industry, maybe the leaders, maybe our director. So means they are waiting our findings. Our finding is fine, but if we are not conducting the empirical research very systematically, then again the question mark will come. Yes, it is some part is missing. Maybe in terms of like the data collection, maybe the sampling method, anything. So that's why the conducting empirical research systematically is very, very, very much important, so that whatever the findings we will get through empirical analysis, we can say, yes, all the things, all the steps are completed. And then based on that finding, I would say it is empirically tested. So that's why I'm telling you, so it's completely up to us. Are you going to conduct a qualitative empirical based research or the quantitative based research? And depends on your study also, what type of study you are doing, right? So it is not the matter of sometimes happen, okay, I'm not good in statistics, I'm not good in mathematics, so it is difficult for me to use this method, that method. But the qualitative research, these kind of things is not welcome. Again, there are handy software, as I mentioned, just a matter of, I would say, study more and more material, try to understand how we can conduct. Recently, I studied one article from the JBR. In that articles, the author used qualitative research very nicely, very, very nicely. So depends, but if you are very strong in both the parts and trying to add and more value, both part qualitative and quantitatively, I'm also going to discuss with you in terms of me. I'm happy to share with you this. I'm very much good and try to use the mixed method approach always, so that I can justify my finding very well. So let me start from here. What are the different steps, right? It is basically all steps everybody knows, but very carefully, if we say every step is very, very important, playing a very significant role. And if you're missing something in one step, definitely that missing part will impact on the next step. So I'm going to discuss with you each and every step very nicely. And based on that, we can make a plan. And again, it is not a matter of like, just I started my research and the faculty, I know everything. No. We know in academic research, every day we are learning actually. And we are enhancing our skill sets, which is I would say maybe the qualitative skill sets, maybe the quantitative skill sets, right? The first step is the defining the purpose of your research. What actually do you want to do? So that things will help you. Okay, this is my research, this is my objective, this is my, I would say, the purpose of my research. And based on that, you can set, okay, I can go qualitatively, I can go quantitatively. If I'll go, definitely I'm able to achieve my objective. I'm able to achieve my purpose of this research. That thing is playing a very significant role. The maximum time, what happened, I would say that we are not clear about what we want to do. Based on that, if we are not clear, then definitely that things will create a lots of problem, because you can start, but you don't know what actually do you want to do, what types of the data you need actually, what types of the scale of each and every variable. That things is I would say can create a problem. And that is based on that, then frustration will come. Then no, I'm not able to do. No, everybody can do easily. And this is not a matter of, again, I'm telling you, yes, my background is not statistic and no, there is the many methods, qualitative methods, and very, very nice method we can start using and do our qualitative and quantitative empirical research based analysis. So define your purpose of the research. What do you want to do? Like I mentioned, I want to check the green practices impact on the students' admission. Green practices impact on the faculty productivity or not. Means that I want to study it. I want to empirically test it, but I'm not sure it is impact or not. Then we can start searching. We can start doing research on that particular topic and try to find out what are the variables. We can include the scale of those variables, then many things. Then second step is the supportive theories and the relevant literature. That part is also important, because when you know, yes, my purpose of my research is this, then you can start doing literature based on that, the purpose of your study. What do you want to do? Yes, after conducting a literature, then two things always means that what are the different theories are available related to that, right? Sometimes happen maximum time nowadays also in the research also, if we are not able to connect our findings, if you are not able to connect our study with the theories, so definitely end of the day, when you are going to show your contribution to the practical or the theoretical contribution, you are not able to show your contribution to that particular theory. So when you are start doing the literature review, definitely always try to find out the different theories and always try to write your literature review around that particular one and two theories, then so that you are able to contribute, yes, not only practically, the theoretical point of view also, this study is contributing to this particular theory. The supporting theories and the relevant literature is the most important, because you can get the complete understanding. Okay, what actually I am thinking, is it possible to conduct this research or not? And you are able to understand through extensive literature review. Yes, there are many studies that are available, but what actually I'm thinking, there is a gap, and I am able to fulfill that particular gap. Then the second step is, guys, is creation of the hypothesis and the measurement, actually, right? What are the variable you are considering? What are the measurement you are considering? Means I'm not here to develop any kind of the scale. If you want to think about the development of the scale, we can use the different steps. But here, what are the variable I'm considering? What are the measurement I'm considering? Definitely have to be spot those things again with the help of the relevant literature, with the help of the, we can say, spot with the help of the references, etc. Then the methodology. Methodology part is all about when everything is ready, everything is fine, then you can decide, okay, is it possible to conduct qualitative research? Is it possible to conduct a quantitative research, empirical research? Right? Then you can prepare, okay, this method I can use, that method I can use. Then you can prepare a complete flow chart of your research methodology, so that everybody can understand, as a layman can understand, okay, these are the steps you used in this particular study and you achieve your objective. Then the fifth step, everything is after doing everything, then you can, in the fifth step, you can see the data analysis and the result. It is also a very good strategy. It is not like that, okay, after running the one software like the SPSS, a Python or R, just copy and paste there. No, again, we have to think about how we can present our data. What is the interpretation of our data? What our findings is saying? Is it, if after finding means that, are we able to validate our finding through the previous literature study? Are we able to compare our finding with the previous literature or not? Everything should be systematic. If everything is fine, then again, in the conclusion, before conclusion, I would say we have to show our practical, again, the theoretical contribution. But all those things are possible when we are adopting, when we are going a very systematic way, step-by-step process. If we are not going step-by-step process, again, there is a, we can say, you can see the some part is missing, you can face challenges, and based on that challenges, you can start, okay, the data is ready, but I'm not able to do the analysis. When anybody will come forward to help, then he and she also not able to understand what we can do, right? So that's why my tip, I would say here that everything, if you'll go step by step, step 1, step 2, step 3, so that if we are going, if suppose I'm not good, suppose I'm going to take the help from somebody else. So definitely with the help of these steps, then I'm able to present what actually I'm doing. And then he and she can come forward and start helping us, right? So that's why, my dear friends, I would say that it is a very important to conduct the empirical research systematically and step by step. So I'm going to discuss every step very nicely, and based on my experience. There are many methods. When you will start reading material, papers, etc., you will get more and more understanding of each and every step. But what I'm studying, what actually I'm using in my research, so I'm going to share with you my experience. First is defining purpose, like what exactly do I want to find out, right? What is your issue actually? How your finding will help us, we can say, for what? So everything, if you are clear about that, then it is very easy to conduct. I would say the literature review, it is very to conduct what are the measurement you are going to be considered, etc. So maximum problem, I would say the maximum problem, early being, I would say earlier career researcher, maximum problem the researcher face here actually, because they start, okay, I want to do this study. Maybe there are many studies are available, what actually you are thinking. Then definitely you have to start thinking, okay, this is the purpose, this is the research objective of my study, I want to conduct this study. Then you can start. I would say if you want to start, we can say, if you're very much clear, then you can start the introduction part of your research. And I divide the introduction part in five parts, like the background of your study, then the motivation, the gap analysis, aim and objectives, research designing the outcomes, and the study organization. Initially you can start first step in these 5 parts. If the journal requirement, if the project requirement is not this in the different 5 parts, then you can merge them easily. But everything, initial draft, everything must be everything clear to you, as well as if somebody will come forward to help you. Write a very strong, what actually do you want to do. And most important thing is in the first part is when you will increase your reading, when you're doing the proper documentation, what do you want to do? The many things will automatically start, we can say, clear to you. Okay, this study, there is a very huge gap, especially in India, but many studies are conducted in the Europe, in the US, etc. Those things automatically start coming when we can start reading more material and the literature. What actually do you want to study? Like, for instance, just I want to put one example here. Like in the first step, everybody can understand with the help of the topic only. Like they just published in the technology forecasting and social change, a very good journal actually. Then you can see if anybody, a layman can understand, okay, but what could be your objective of your study with the help of the topic of it or topic of this paper. Then you can see the a framework of assessing social acceptability of Industry 4.0 technologies for the development of digital manufacturing. Everybody can understand. Means our objective is to check the social acceptability of Industry 4.0 in digital manufacturing environment. Everybody can understand it very easily. Like, and the same thing, I try to write the research questions very clearly, research objective, link with the research question, and everything you can say. Means that if I'll put this study in front of anybody, and a layman, everybody can say, oh, this could be your objective, this could be your, I would say that your research questions, etc. It's very easy. That's why, my dear friends, I would say that the first step is playing a very, very significant role. How you can make your, we can say, how you can define the purpose of your research, how you can define the topic of your study, so that a layman can understand very nicely, very easily, right? So with the help of this example now, I'm sure that means that yes, we can make a plan, very systematic plan for this step one, and it is very easy to define, and that's why I divided the first part in the introduction part into 5 different categories. Just write the background, that you can write background, why this is happening, what is the purpose, everything, gaps, then the research objective, so that you can put all the things very systematically in your project, in your paper, in your research, right? So next step is the supporting the literature review and the theory building. Here is also, I would say, here is also maximum time actually. Yes, we feel that, okay, I did a very extensive literature review. It's fine. I can understand, okay, you did the extensive literature review of your study. What actually do you want to study? But the major problem, maximum problem is being, like, I would say we are very good in qualitative skill actually, but we are not putting effort about the theories actually. What the contribution we are going to make for which particular theory. So when you will start doing the extensive literature review, along with that, you must understand, okay, I'm doing this study, so definitely that study is related to this particular theory, and I'm going to make some contribution to this particular theory, so that we are able to write our both practical as well as theoretical contribution very nicely. But maximum time, what happened? We are just very much focused on, but being academic, I would say that we are in academic, so definitely, and our objective is to publish our article in the big journal, all, etc. So according to that, definitely the both practical as well as even theoretical contribution and the practical both are playing a very significant. But when our project is industry-based project, definitely they are not very much conscious about the theoretical contribution. They are very much, I would say that, do appreciate us if we are able to show them the more practical contribution. Right, so that's why the extensive literature review is playing a very, very significant role if you are going to conduct an empirical research. Because if we are able to plan properly, not only just a section literature review, we are able to write many things, do the critical review of literature review, but only along with that, when you are going to write your findings, there also that literature review will help you to support your finding. You can start comparing your finding with the previous research. That things happened, the same thing is happening with me. So you can try to support, you can just, with the help of the previous literature, you can start comparing, you can start, we can say, supporting your argument, your finding with the help of the literature review, what actually you conducted already in the step number 2, right? So that's why, and it will help us, we can say, to understand, okay, what actually I'm thinking, still there is a gap and is available our note, what the theory I'm making. There are many theories. It's not possible to contribute to each and every theory. So definitely you can understand, okay, but these are the theories, it means that I'm going to contribute, I'm going to make some contribution this particular theory. That's why the extensive literature review is playing a significant role, right? And you can see with the help of this article also, my dear friends, means that The introduction part, everybody can see it, very simple. Then we can go to the literature review. Then the literature you can see in the introduction part also, in the abstract also. The theory is theory of the social technical transition, TSTT. Like means that, and the second theory is SCT. Means two theory we decided, okay, we are conducting this research, but these are the two theories which are completely relevant what the study we are going to be conducting. So when after writing everything, then we try to contribute, we can say show our contribution, not only practically as well as this particular the contribution to these two theories also. So that's why, my dear friends, is many times I told you that yes, maybe I'm very much good to conduct the literature review, but if I'm not able to connect my research to a particular theory, 1 and 2 theories, definitely again there is a nowadays is playing this part, these things is playing a very, very significant role. And if we are able to contribute, I'm sure the reviewers as well as the editors, they like it, right? Because being an academician, the theoretical contribution is for us particularly is playing a very significant and a very important role for us. But if our project is completely industry oriented, yes, they definitely want to see the more practical oriented things. But if we are able to connect them again to the theory, it definitely they will appreciate it. So that's why, my dear friends, if we are able to do that, our literature review, I'm sure we are very much clear about our we can say literature review. We are very much clear about what actually do you want to do, and we are also very much clear about what contribution we are making for what theory, right? So next step is the creation of the hypothesis. Like the first step is clear, then the second step is also clear. Then it is, I would say, in creation of the hypothesis and the measurement is completely based on what actually we did in the literature review. If we are not doing extensive literature review, if we are not clear what contribution we are making for what theories, so definitely it is very difficult to justify your hypothesis, right? Hypothesis completely, whatever the hypothesis you are going to create. So those hypotheses completely based on your previous literature, your theory actually, and I would say that your understanding. I'm thinking something, but what do you think? That are you able to connect that thinking, that understanding with the theory or not? Right? That's why the step 2 is playing a very, very significant role, because when everything is clear about the literature, then we are able to justify whatever the hypothesis you are going to create. And maximum time, I also remember one of our paper, mean that everything is fine, but end of the day, the chief editor mentioned that everything is fine. This part is somewhere I'm thinking it is weak. So you can think, I do appreciate your theoretical contribution, but again, you can able to connect your writing, what actually you have written in the part of the creation of the hypothesis, which we can say that the theory, which means for what theory you are going to contribute, right? And write it very nice, whatever the hypothesis you are creating, try to link with that writing part with the theory and the literature. Then you are able to justify your particular hypothesis very nicely. Then the set of the variable, again, whatever the measurement, again, if we are thinking the scale development, again, that process is different. But if we can say creating some hypothesis to validate, to understand that hypothesis, we can say test that hypothesis empirically, again, we have to find out the set of the variable, right? And those variable again will come from the literature, right? Will come from discussion with the experts. Then again, you have to support those variable, those measurement with the help of the literature review. If you're not able to do, then the question mark will come, from where did you get these variable? How can you say these are the only variable which can help you to validate your particular hypothesis? So that's why, my dear friends, I would say the extensive literature review, understand what are the different theories, and write up everything about that particular sounding that theories and literature will help you to understand, yes, these are the variable, these are the measurement I'm considering to validate my particular hypothesis, right? And I also mentioned that to define the unit of measurement, like the unit of the measurement, maximum time also when you will start understand, okay, I don't know maximum time, okay, I'm using the unit of measurement, like I mentioned acceptable by the other. Acceptable by other means through the literature, right? Through after discussing with the expert. Sometimes happen, okay, I'm considering this unit of measurement in my to test this my hypothesis. Then the next question will come, from where did you get that? Then you can mention that I do the extensive literature review. Based on that literature, I say that okay, there are many unit of measurement, but I decided only this because this can fulfill my objective, right? Then you can start. Here is also maximum time nowadays. I'm doing. I'm not completely depends on the literature review. Yes, literature review will helping me a lot to understand the theories and everything. But after doing that, I try to get some opinion from the experts also. What thinking about that part, those variables are helping me to test my hypothesis empirically or not. If yes, then definitely I can say whatever the measurement, whatever the we can say variable set of the variable I'm considering here to validate my particular hypothesis. No, it is not basically based on the literature. It is also get the input from the experts, maybe from the academia, from the industry, etc. Then I'm trying to justify it actually. I'm trying to give the weight of my, I would say, the set of variable which I'm considering to test my hypothesis empirically, right? So these are the I would say things will come slowly when we will start understanding many things. I'm also coming that things slowly. So next step is the fourth step. Fourth step, maximum time, I would say maximum time we are very much conscious. 70-75% researchers, they are very much conscious, okay, about the methodology part. Methodology is fine. Nowadays is methodology is, I would say, when I came here, I was thinking the 75% qualitative research, 25% qualitative research only. 75% quantitative, 25% qualitative research. But now the things are completely changed. No, we have to balance ourselves, right? 50% qualitative, 50% quantitative. Like I mentioned in literature review, yes, I'm considering 5 to 6 variable to measure, we can say, to test my hypothesis empirically. But the next question will come, from where? From the literature. From where? From the experts. Means that I'm using both the things to justify myself, to justify my variable. So that's why there are many things. But again, it's completely depends on our strategy, our plan, so that, and our learning also, our step-by-step learning. So from the methodology point of view, guys, again, I mentioned here to define a strategy conducting the research, to collect the data. It is experimental study or not experimental study. If you are thinking about development of the scale, definitely you have to do some kind of experiment. Different type of experiment you can do, and validity check also. What are the methods you are using to collect data? There are sampling methods. There are many sampling. You have to justify your sampling method also. Complete research designing process you have to provide them. Okay, if I'm conducting the data, from where? Why did you select the NCR only? Why did you collect this part only? Why did you use this method only? So if you are start, like I also mentioned, appropriate sampling method. There are many methods. Non-probability based sampling method, probability based sampling method. Why did you use this method? Are you able to justify it? Or this sampling method is fulfilling your objective or not? If we are able to justify it properly, then definitely I would say that yes, we are conducting the methodology part is very nice. Otherwise, there is many issues. Anybody can put why did you use random sampling method? Why not snowball sampling method? Why not clustering stratified sampling method? So definitely, again, my dear friend, I would say that everything, if you want to put effort step by step and understanding this, everything, each and every step very nicely, and what the study you are conducting, what is the, from where you are going to collect the data, your population, your sampling method, are you doing some kind of experiment or not, how you are going to check the reliability, validity of your sampling technique. Everything, I'm sure you can narrow down, okay, for this particular research, I'm going to, this is my research process. Just let me put here, like I mentioned, maybe your research is qualitative research, maybe your research is quantitative research, maybe research is your mixed method approach, maybe you are going to conduct a survey, maybe you are conducting some kind of experiment, but again, maybe the different philosophy you are using, maybe you are using for this questionnaire designing, for the data collection, interview, but again, it's completely up to us how you can define that thing. If it is a survey based, why it is survey based? Because I have to conduct empirical research and we need to collect the data, maybe 250, 300 data sample size. You have to justify your sample size also. Just go downstairs. So sample size, everything is, as I told you, that means if we are able to justify your sample size, like suppose your sample size is 250. So you have to, why 250? Why not 350? Why not 550, 700? So means that clarity will come when you start reading about what could be the sample size when we have a 20 variable, 50 variable, 10 variables, and you can start justifying your sample size with the help of the literature, with the help of the, I would say that the different approaches the authors, the researchers, they are using. But my dear friend, as I told you that nowadays, the maximum time we are using mixed method approach. As I told you, qualitative and quantitative. In qualitative, again, when we will start, as I mentioned that, after identifying the variable from the literature, we have a discussion with the experts. Is this variable is appropriate to measure this particular hypothesis or not? Then we can, if we are able to take their opinion, then we are able to justify it. We are able to give more weightage to our empirical research. And if philosophy, you can define some philosophy, questionnaire, data collection process, everything, and validation, reliability also. Those things will take time. But I would say that in only one particular paper, because after doing everything, then mind start thinking like how I can give more weightage, how I can give more, we can can write more and more things to justify myself each and every step nicely, so that we can say our sample size is fine, everything's fine. Now see, in same paper, which that paper is the FSC paper, so you can see we can define our research flow chart also. Each and every process, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, so that a layman can understand how did you conduct the literature review, how you identified the variables from the literature, how you conduct the data collection process also, what method did you use, everything. If you use the exploratory study, it is exploratory, it is a confirmatory study, what of the pen, everything. If you are able to, if you are able to put everything in a flow chart, definitely it will help you. It will increase the we can say readability of your research, right? And there is a systematic approach. Each and every step, as I told you, that there is a systematic approach. And if we are able to follow that systematic approach, I would say that we are able to develop our flow chart and able to put that flow chart in our study very nicely. So next step, guys, is the data analysis and the result. Data analysis and the result. Yes, I used, for instance, I use exploratory analysis, I use confirmatory analysis, I use PLS, structural application modeling. Maybe I use simple regression analysis. But after that, the data analysis and the result, it is not like that. But as I told you that, what the method did you use? It is a qualitative method, it is a quantitative method. It is a combination of both the method, mixed method approach. It is, I would say, your hypothesis is sport or not sported, means that how, it is not like that, just I run the software, get the outcomes, copy and paste there. No, just spend good time, how I can write nicely the finding of my analysis, right? How I can present, how I can put the most important thing in our paper, in our project. Yes, software can help us to do the analysis, but all the things are not relevant, just copy and paste there. No, everything, if possible, design your own table, design your own flow chart, design your, I would say that your figure, your structure, so that everything in your color and you know each and every step nicely, right? So data analysis and the result is I would say that it is a qualitative, it is a quantitative. If qualitative, then you can start helping how the different researchers, they are writing qualitative findings. If it is a quantitative base, suppose I use simple regression analysis, just download good papers from the good articles, good journals also, then start reading how they presented their finding in those papers, then accordingly start following them, start adding more value in terms of you, okay, they conducted only quantitative research, but in my study, I also use mixed method approach. Then based on that, you can mention that you can justify I use the qualitative as well as the quantitative mixed method approach, and based on that, these are my findings. If you have some hypothesis, it is sportive or not sportive, maximum time what happened after doing the analysis, what the researchers say, spotted, not, what does it mean actually? When the actual research will start from there. If spotted, why it is spotted? If not spotted, why not spotted? Then definitely again your theories, your relevant literature, what extensive literature, what you did in the step number 2 will help you. Again, okay, then you can start writing, okay, green practices impact on the faculty productivity. Then you can start my finding is saying that then start supporting with the help of the previous literature. Then this is the way actually we can I would say that we can go and we can show our data analysis and the result very effectively, right? And my dear friends, the next is the conclusion part. Conclusion, before the conclusion, even I would say that just always try to develop one section, very, very important section, which is the theoretical and practical contribution, right? Where you can show whatever you conducted, whatever you did in the step number 2, you know what theories are relevant for your study. Then you try to show your contribution to that particular theory, right? And practical, okay, like I mentioned, these hypotheses are supportive, these hypotheses not supportive, then you can start writing. If green practices impact on the faculty productivity, start writing why it is happening. Start comparing with the previous studies. Start to show your case, some we can say justify your finding with the help of some examples, with the help of some case study, so that we can add more value, more and more value in both the part theoretical as well as the practical section, right? If this part is weak, maybe you did very good job in step number 4, maybe step number 3, maybe 2. But if this part is missing, nobody is going to make, we can say, give more attention in our study, because they want to see what the contribution, novel contribution, theoretically as well as the practically you're going to be make. That's why the before conclusion, always recommendation, my suggestion also always try to add this session so that we are able to show the novelty, the novel contribution of a study in the terms of the theoretical contribution as well as the practical contribution. And then you can write a simple conclusion, okay, all about from the step 1 to step 6. It's very simple. Writing a conclusion is not a big task because you know everything. It is just a report, what actually you did, right? So, but before it, if everything is clear, then it is easy to write. But if everything is not clear, then it is very difficult, right? So now, my dear friends, after doing everything, maybe your study is perfect, fine, everything is systematic, and you are able to justify everything is fine. And again, there are many challenges in terms of, like, for instance, nowadays, word limit. Nowadays, I would say that the theoretical contribution, there are many challenges. It is not if everything is perfect, maybe you are very much satisfied about your study, your empirical study, whatever you did. But there are many challenges, guys. You can see when you are going to be submit your manuscript, when you are going to be submit your paper, there are many associate editors are there, reviewers are also there. They are waiting. It is not easy. It is very difficult actually. But again, if we are going systematically, I would say, my dear friends, they are not our enemies. They are our friend actually. They won't, if they see good contribution in our study, definitely they will give a very good comment to us for improvement. And if we are able to do you systematically, you are through that process also, you can learn many things, right? So definitely, my dear friends, it is sometimes happen, okay, everything is fine in my manuscript, but why it is not, why the data is not passing to the reviewers, why it is happening, always I'm getting rejection. So you have to think everything, as I told you, that means that each and every step very nicely. Maybe in the first part, maybe your manuscript is containing 20,000 words. It's fine, but try to understand is everything is fine. Then you can start, we can say, reading your manuscript again and again, step by step, start reducing it. Then again, start, we can say, parallelly reading more material, more papers. Then again, you can just concise it, we can say, and reduce it. And what are the relevant things, any relevant thing you can remove, then accordingly you can make ready. So my dear friends, maybe everything is ready, as I told you that, but it is, again, there is a lots of challenges to get accepted. There is a lots of challenges to get accepted our project also. So how we can say, how we can say, what about sustainable strategy we can adopt to conduct a very good empirical research? Yes, everybody is following the same steps, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Everybody is doing the same. But how our study is completely unique and very effective study, right? Definitely, I would say initially follow all these steps very nicely. But after that, how we can make what are the sustainable strategy, like directors mentioned that nowadays we have to think sustainable development, etc. Again, in academic also, how we can sustain long time if we want to make ourselves the very good in the empirical research. So This is my personal, I would say that based on my experience, I developed this closed loop model. Closed loop model is a sustainable strategy to conduct a very good empirical research. Like the first step is, I would say, you can see here, the first step is if, and it is, I would say that applicable for the students, for the faculty, for the legal researcher, is just everyone. Still, I am also doing the same, we can say, process. I'm adopting and learning a lot of things and improving myself, reskill myself also. The first step is just understand what are the univariate, bivariate model in statistic, like you can study the statistic for the management, right? Here is the second step is the understanding the concept and run the methods. Like suppose I want to make myself very good, we can say, expert in the empirical research, but I know I studied statistical management in my MBA, I passed them. No, being a researcher, our objective is different. Our objective is first to understand the method well. Then after that, what is the requirement of that particular method? What is the concept? Then after understanding each and every concept of that particular method, maybe univariate method like t-test, maybe the bivariate method, regression model, correlation model, then what types of the data is required this particular method, then run, we can say, take the help from the software and hand your dirty. Okay, now I can understand the simple regression model. I'm also able to run the simple regression model using different software, maybe the Excel, SPSS, or Python, MATLAB. It is completely up to you. But being a researcher, we cannot say, okay, I study statistical mathematics, I know t-test, I know ANOVA, I know multiple regression, basic statistic. Maybe you know, but if you are not able to run those kind of methods using software, because software will give us some good output. Then again, in the first step, I also mentioned that if you are good univariate model, bivariate model, then you can start reading the multivariate model, like the exploratory factor analysis, confirmatory factor analysis, cluster analysis. Make yourself strong, starting from the univariate, bivariate, then the multivariate. This is the first step. But first step is not fulfill our objective. After understanding the method, my dear friends, I would say that you can just start, okay, how I can run the software to, we can say, for the any kind of method, like the t-test, maybe the regression analysis, any method, whatever you understand through statistic, then you can try to let me run this method using Excel, maybe SPSS, maybe Python. Nowadays, students are demanding to learn statistics using Python, MATLAB also. So hand your dirty. Okay, now everything is clear. Like for instance, let me put one example. I want to run simple regression analysis. First of all, try to understand that each and everything about simple regression model. What is the assumption? What is the requirement? What type of data is required for the simple regression analysis? Then after that, take a hypothetical data and make your hand dirty using, like I would say, that SPSS or software. Then you feel that, okay, I know simple regression model. I know how to run, we can say, the simple the software for the simple regression analysis. Then after that, my dear friend, the interpretation. The most important thing is software will help you to get the outcomes. Software will help you to give some kind of the findings, but how you can do the proper interpretation. So parallel these three steps, you have to start reading more material in terms of research paper, series note, video, discussion, because those things will help you to understand, okay, I am very much good in conducting exploratory factor analysis. Maybe after, but are you able to conduct exploratory factor analysis using SPSS, using R? Yes. Are you able to understand? There are many findings, many outcomes after running the SPSS or the MATLAB software, but all outcomes are not, we are not able to put all the, yes, outcomes, all outcomes are important, but we are not able to put all the outcomes in our paper, in our project. Then what we can do? Then the parallel step means start reading research paper. If I'm using exploratory factor analysis, start understanding what are the outcomes we can put in the paper, right? So that you can pick those things from your findings, from your outcomes, which you got from using the software. Then you can start picking those things and start writing and put those things in your paper. So that's why, my dear friends, 3 steps, but parallel steps is also required. Being an academician, I would say that our objective is not only to understand univariate, bivariate analysis, or multivariate analysis. I would say SCM, PLS, Yes, maybe I can get like in the MBA, during MBA, everybody just study those courses in the past. But being a researcher nowadays, if you want to make yourself empirical experts, so definitely you have to make your hand dirty. You can just understand first method, then do the proper documentation about that particular method, about what kind of the data is required, and how you can run this method using different software. Then after running the software, now you are very much comfortable. The concept, you are very much comfortable about the software. The next is the interpretation, how you can do the proper interpretation of your findings, right? And my dear friend, those things will help you. These things will need parallel steps. Parallel step will help you to understand, okay, now I am very much good in confirmatory factor analysis. I am very much good in exploratory factor analysis, but the parallel step will help you. What are the most important things you can just take from your outcomes, your finding, and you can pick those, select those things and take those things in your research article. So that's why, my dear friend, this closed loop model, I developed this based on my experience, my learning. I would say it is a sustainable strategy model, right? Maximum time, what happened? Means from even 10th standard, we know we start studying different statistical method like mean, mode, descriptive statistic. But the major problem is we don't know how we can say do the proper interpretation of those findings. So these things will help. The parallel step will help you how we can present our finding nicely in our research project as well as in our research papers, right? So if you follow these 3 steps, I would say that you can make yourself very empirically experts, right? So first of all, just means sometime happened being like, I remember doing my PhD. Yes, I am very much good in univariate, bivariate, and multivariate, but I'm not good at that time in the fuzzy theory. Then you start attending class. It is not being a faculty. Sometimes we feel that no, it is always possible. Just try to understand, try to attending some classes with the students, and that environment will help you a lot actually, right? So I had started attending class fuzzy theories with the beta students. I learned that fuzzy theory, then I used my fuzzy theory mathematics in my PhD. So it's completely, as I told you, that my friends up to us actually. But these steps will help you. Suppose, for instance, let me put one example. Suppose I know one method like the confirmatory factor analysis. So first of all, what can I do? First of all, try to understand what the confirmatory analysis is all about. So what is the requirement? What is the assumption? What is the limitation of this particular method? What types of data is required this particular method? If concept is clear, then next step. Step 2, let me take the hypothesis data. We can type hypothetical data, or the data is available on the we can say internet. Then you can take that data and start. Is data is fulfilling the requirement? What actually I learned about the confirmatory factor analysis? Yes. Then you can just run the confirmatory factor analysis using any software, maybe Excel, maybe SPSS. It is up to you. MATLAB, Python. Then the software will help you. Everything is fine. I know confirmatory factor analysis. I know how to run the software for the confirmatory factor analysis. Next step is the software will help you and provide you lots of outcomes, lots of, we can say, tables and the figures. But all the tables and figures, they are important, but we cannot put all the tables and figure in our paper. Then the most important part is how we can write the proper interpretation of the confirmatory factor analysis in our project and our paper. So in the interpretation, the parallel steps will help you. So you can start downloading the notes about the confirmatory factor analysis. You can start downloading the paper where the author used confirmatory factor analysis in their research. Then the all steps, everything is clear. Then easily you can start using confirmatory factor analysis for your empirical research. So this is the way, this is the strategy, this is the sustainable strategy, I would say, closed loop model for conducting the empirical research effectively. If you are missing somewhere, maybe you are good in one part. If you are missing one part, then again it will create lots of problem in your, we can say, in your study, right? So that's why, my dear friend, parallel step will help you to pick the good relevant thing, will help you to present our finding very well in our paper, in our project, will help you to do the proper interpretation of that particular findings of that particular method. And this step 1 and step 2 will help make you more comfortable in that particular method, understanding, we can say, the different methods and model using these these closed loop model for conducting empirical research. So I am doing the same, and you feel after doing this everything, then you can start using that method in your research and make yourself expert, delivering lecture, we can say using in your research, we can say teaching in the classroom, so that you feel more and more comfortable in that particular method. And easily it is possible if we are able to use this sustainable strategy closed loop model for conducting empirical research. So this is all about, my dear friends, which I want to share with you. And based on my experience, actually, I developed this. It is just, and I'm using these kind of things. Other than that, means if you want to make yourself more strong and sustain, as I already mentioned, that to sustain in academic research nowadays, it is very, very difficult. We have to upskill, reskill, we can say ourselves time to time. Yes, nowadays is the time for the mixed method approach. Like we have to enhance our skill set both qualitative and quantitatively, so that we can start teaching, we can start using those skill set in our research. So guys, means just based on my experience, I just give you some input what are the sustainable drivers which can help us to, we can say, to conduct a good, not only empirical research, to just, we can say, to make ourselves up to date, actually to motivate us, okay, we can say, to justify our study many ways. Like for instance, reading, like I also mentioned step number 2. So when you start reading is not only just articles, reading with the books, reports, some special issues, so that you can get some good understanding what is going on in today's scenario. What are the, we can say, in the special issues means you will get, okay, these are the good topics are going on in my particular area. Then you can sign those topics, your students, you can start discussing with your colleague and start doing good research. Newsletters also, reports also, like our Prime Minister in month of November mentioned that, okay, net zero economy we are going to achieve 2070. Very less research is available. But when you start downloading reports, then you are able to find out a good report on that particular topic. Accordingly, you can make a plan, you can find out a good topic for your empirical research. Like this, for this step number 1. Then the out of box sometimes happen, means it is difficult to nowadays the time for the multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary research. Like the Professor Neeraj mentioned in my introduction also, I love to work with interdisciplinary research, like many papers I published related to marketing, HR. Why it is possible? It is possible always when you are make yourself strong in empirical, like you are strong in confirmatory factor analysis, you can help anybody then. If you are very strong in structural equation modeling, PLS based structural equation, you can start helping everybody. Why not? Maybe somebody can approach you, area of HR, you can help him, her. Somebody can approach you from the marketing area. This is the way actually we can connect each other. This is the way we can increase our pipeline. This is the way we can learn from each other. Then the reviewers, if you have a opportunity to review some papers, always try to get that opportunity, because that things will make you, okay, what is going on actually worldwide. Maybe in a particular area we are working very hard, but we don't know what is going on. So if possible, try to review some good article. The next is membership of some of the societies, like the open societies, like Greenpeace is a very, very good society. Supply Chain 2040, very good, means that these things will update you what is going on in your area. Then it is very easy for you to pick a good, we can say, topic for the empirical research, and to pick good topic for the student also. Suppose you are teaching one course and you're struggling and students are asking, we want to do some live project with industry. Then being a faculty, these kind of membership in the society will help us to find out a good topic, and we can sign those topics and sign good, we can say documentation to our students, and they can start working on that. Then the online research platform, like if you are, we can say ResearchGate, academia, like it is also good, because you can get what is going on, what are the researcher they are doing in a particular area, what is going on. I would say that the updation of the empirical research and all, so that you can update yourself also using this. Attend conference and seminar debates, like again, thanks to director, thanks to the team, entire team, this kind of platform is playing a very significant role, because the attending conference, seminars, and the work and etc., you can get the understanding, you can get the, we can say, platform to interact with others, and you can get more insights what is going on, right? So that thing will impact you. That things will also add a more value. If you want to take you can start also discussing, like I mentioned, step number 2. Not depends on the literature. Always try to understand the input from the experts, from the academia, from the from the I would say that is from the industry, then these kind of platform seminars will help you. You can start discussing with the experts. I'm thinking this research, could you help me? Could you give your input, validation of your variable, etc. Then the workshop, if it is possible, try to attend 1 and 2 case studies, methodology based workshop, maybe 7 days, minimum 7 days at least. I always try to attend at least 1 workshop, but because of COVID situation, but last year I attended online, but this year also again I try to attend 1 workshop face to face. Like these things will increase your, I would say that again, your understanding what related to the method, writing, etc. Maybe that workshop, not only just method based, maybe writing, very good writing, case study based, at least 1 workshop is playing a very significant role. And then next is the research mentor. Research is mental always means that you can select, okay, this is my my research mentor, start discussing with him, what do you want to do? What the empirical research do you want to do? So definitely they will start you. And I also mentioned that everything is fine. Maybe you will rejection of your article, rejection of your project. Then you feel it is, after putting loads of factor why it is happening, then you can start discussing with your research mentor, and he and she definitely will help you, support you, motivate you, encourage you. No, this is the learning process, and we have to learn many things, right? And it is a, we can say, continuous process. Being academician, definitely our objective is not only to teach students to very, we can say, good way, also to contribute something to the existing literature. So these are some kind of the sustainable development, we can say, sustainable drivers actually. And based on my experience, which actually I'm using to make myself more and more, we can say, to sustain the academic research for the long time, I'm using widely. I'm the part of the memberships, many societies, online, everything I'm using, right? So that's why it is not difficult for me. Like if I'm teaching 25, 30 students, they're asking me, I want to conduct some live project, can you sign us? It is not difficult for me. It is easy because I'm able to update myself every day. We can say I have a lot of things in my mind, and I'm love to work multidisciplinary, and easy for me to sign them a good work empiric if they want to conduct some, we can say, research. So my dear friends, the last strategy actually to conduct a very good empirical research based on my experience, again, like I mentioned, everything is fine. Everybody is following the same step. Everybody, we can say, and have a good paper, like in terms of the all things, abstract, introduction, literature review, methodology, result, everything is there, but still we are struggling. So what is my strategy? And my strategy is, my dear friends, suppose in the end, when you start writing the abstract of your paper, then definitely you have to download minimum 10 to 15 good article from the good journal, right? Where those articles will help you, and you feel that those article is very good, very good to write the abstract also. Before to write, you can just review those articles, read those articles, and start writing the abstract of your article. Sometimes happen like maximum journal, they say that 250 words, 300 words, even 200, 150 words. It is difficult. Then the separate folder, I always try to create a separate folder. When I start writing the abstract, I go to that particular folder, read those papers, get the understanding, get the idea, understand the requirement of that particular journal, and start writing my abstract. It is very easy nowadays. But initial stage, it is very difficult to reduce my abstract 300 words to the 150, 50%. It is difficult. But when you start practicing, when you start reading more and more material, it is possible. Again, for the introduction part, when the maximum time, as I told you, that we can write the introduction part very nicely, but we don't know where the things we can put, so that again, one thing I want to clear it means when you will submit our articles, means that the editors, means that the associated editors, they don't have time. They have also overloaded. They have maybe hardly 2 minutes. Maybe they have very less time to just a quick look our article. If you are able to get their intention, they can send our paper to the review, otherwise not. So that's why, my dear friend, this strategy is playing a very significant role. Put everything very systematically, so that in a first instant, they can get everything from our article. Like the separate folder for the literature review, 10 to article is there. Every means that I created the separate folder for the each and every part of, we can say, for the if I'm conducting a particular empirical research, so that if suppose I'm start writing literature review, I go to that particular folder, review that article, get some understanding, start writing. And same thing when the students are starting working with me, it is easy for me. We can just start, okay, sir, I'm going to write going to write the introduction part. Let me share with you good article. Let me share with you good article related to literature review. Let me share with you good article about result. Let me share with you discussion, good article related to how we can write a very effective discussion part of our study. Again, my dear friends, some folder for what? Table presentation. Maybe everything is fine, but if your table is not fine, your figure is not also fine, if you're attaching the questionnaire format, appendix, etc., then again, that can also create a problem. So again, download good article related to the table, related to the figures, good, and you can review, okay, the format of this particular figure, this table is very nice in this particular paper. You can just download that article and keep that article in that particular folder. When you start developing, creating your table, go to that particular folder and get the understanding. Each and everything, as I told you, my dear friends, nowadays the competition is very huge. That's why each and everything is very, very important. But initially 1 and 2 articles, that things will take time, but it will come, we can make our habitat and just, we can understand, okay, everything is fine, understand everything properly. Then that's why, my dear friend, this practice will help me. And nowadays also, now initially 10 to 15 article, maybe I think nowadays 50, 60 article in particular folder. If somebody say, still I'm not able to write proper literature review in the methodology part, no, don't worry, let me share with you two good article so that you can read those articles and get complete understanding how we can write our, we can say, introduction part, literature review effectively in our empirical research. So this is strategy, sustainable strategy, I would say that, and it's completely depends on our learning, how much effort we are putting, we can say, and don't miss everything. If suppose everything is fine, your topic is perfect, everybody's happy, novelty, fine, but if your table presentation is not fine, then negative impact. If figure presentation is not fine, again, it will give the negative impact to the readers, to the, we can say, the reviewers, etc. So spend good time, try to understand everything, try to, we can say, make a proper plan and a strategy, go to that particular folder, read, okay, my abstract is according to this, my introduction is, everything is there, literature review systematically, it is a extensive literature review, everything. Then you can feel that, yes, I did something good, my paper is ready, and you can start communicating that paper. So my dear friend, end of the day, I would say that in the end, the driver of empirical research, both qualitatively and quantitatively. So we have to update ourselves, both qualitative part as well as the quantitative part. Don't be feel that, okay, I'm very much good quantitative, it's fine. So start working on the qualitative part, because when we start using mixed method approach, it will give you the more and more weightage. Like I can put the example here, like, yes, I did extensive literature review, identified the variable. If I'm able to validate those variables, getting the input from the academic experts and the industry experts, then I can say, yes, it is not basically my variable are based on only literature review. It is, I get the input from the experts from the academia. Then I can say these are the final variable which I am going to study in this particular study. So enhance your both qualitative and quantitative skill. Enhance your some kind of, I would say nowadays, the computer skill. Computer skill means that the software understanding. SPSS, it's fine. Excel is also good. MATLAB, I would say, R software, Python, whenever you get the opportunity, make yourself comfortable with the software also. Because I remember when I was teaching in India at that time, the students said that, no, Dr. Kumar, we want to study business statistics using Python. So what do you think? The same method, same things, same everything. I can teach them using SPSS, I can teach them Excel, but the demand, I would say the industry demand is changing very fast. So being an academician and to sustain an academic research space, we have to learn the different software for the time being, right? And there's some good skill sets, some basic mathematics and statistics. Sometimes I'm the area of HR, so I would say I'm not good in statistics. I'm not going to say you make yourself strong in mathematics and statistics, but basic understanding. We must understand what is t-test is. Right? We must understand how we can run t-test using software. We must understand how we can do the interpretation of that particular t-test. We must understand how we can write the outcomes of the t-test in our paper. Right? These are the basic things. Actually, we can say again, both qualitative and quantitative skill sets will help you to sustain long time, to sustain, we can say, make our empirical research very effective. And my dear friends, like the domain knowledge, like I mentioned, one of the driver is also spatial issues. Domain is, yes, I'm teaching in the classroom, but nowadays the demand, the student demand is changing very fast. Why it is happening? Because the industry demand is changing. So again, we have to update ourselves in these three parts, like the basic statistics, computer science, your domain, ultimately enhance your qualitative and quantitative skill sets so that we can make our research effective. And my dear friends, last not the least, you can see, if you are very strong, the empirical research, if you have very good skill sets, empirical research skill sets, both qualitative and quantitative skill set, then you can start using those skill sets in the different area of application, like the area of marketing, finance, operation, human resources. In the teaching also, suppose you are teaching operation management and you are good in this, you can sign a good project to the students, and you can see the outcomes in terms of many paper I published with my students. This is the, I would say, the reason, because I am able to sign them good topic, I'm able to guide them properly, qualitative and quantitatively, then definitely, why not? They can do good study. Then the case studies, the research conference. I remember when I was teaching in India, I went to Delhi and the other institutes also with my MBA students to present their papers. It is possible. It is possible when, if we are very putting effort to enhance our qualitative and quantitative empirical skill sets, right? If somebody's area of the HR come to you, can you help me, Anil, SCM? Yeah, I can help you. Why not? Then this is the way it will increase our interaction. This is the way it will increase the pipelines of the paper. This is the way it will help us to create that environment, interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary environment to conduct different research, right? So these are the driver, dears, and my friends. This basically, based on my experience, I wrote this model. It is possible, and it is, we can do, but again, depends. We have to put more and more efforts to enhance our empirical research skill sets, which is basically the qualitative as well as the quantitative, right? So my dear friends, last is the how we can say make our teaching very effective as research is very effective. This is also again the teaching and research closed loop learning model. Like I mentioned one article detail here, how we can translate our great research into a great teaching into great research. It's completely, again, I can say that if we are enhance our qualitative and quantitative skill sets, we can say you're teaching very impactful teaching in the classroom, and it will give you many outcomes in terms of the project, in terms of the case study, blogs, conference paper, etc. It is easy. It is not difficult, but again, depends on us what the strategy we are adopting. Are we putting effort to enhance our skills? Sometimes happen, okay, I'm not good, suppose I'm not good in one method which I want to learn, and one faculty is teaching undergrad students, so it is not possible just go there and start attending, right? Sometimes happen, if being a PhD student, we can do that thing. Maximum time students said that, okay, being a PhD students we can do, but being a faculty is also possible. Because I would say that, my dear friends, means if we are putting effort to learn maximum to update our skill sets, those skill sets will help you not only to make our excellent teaching, excellent research, as well as the excellent teaching. That's why this research article, I would say everybody, I recommend especially how we can great research into the great teaching. And don't we say, yes, suppose I'm the associate professor here, what do you think that I'm complete? No, I'm not complete. Being academician, definitely I have to enhance our skills at time to time. Otherwise, we feel stuck. Like still, yesterday also I am discussing with my wife, oh my God, just I'm going to take 1 week leave and just want to attend this workshop. It is very much important for me, right? So everything is playing a very significant role, being academician. And my dear friends, I would say that make a proper plan to enhance your both qualitative and quantitative empirical research skill sets. Those will help you to make your teaching more effective, make your research more effective, and easily you can start using this teaching for the research closed loop learning model. How you can translate your great research into great teaching into great research. That's why I publish many articles with my MBA students, BBA students also. So my dear friends, my research outcomes, just I want to say with you, as I told you that it is not possible, individually. Like you can see nowadays, just in my research basket is 170 articles, including the conference paper published, many chapters, etc. So what do you think? Individually, it's possible? Not possible at all. So I am very much good qualitatively and quantitatively. So I'm always open to help others. So it is possible because my strong association with students, PG, UG, PhD, research collaborator, national, international, supervisor, mentor, research mentor, colleagues, right? And how means, is it possible to help everybody? No. Then again, means whenever they need our help, suppose again I mentioned that suppose you are very good in confirmatory factor analysis, you can start helping others. You can start teaching that thing also. Automatically, that things will start paying you back, right? And I published many articles, 20 plus. When I came in UK at that time, I have only one 3-star journal. Now I have 25 plus research 3-star journal. So it's possible. It is possible when you have, we can say, always put ourselves in we can say in a stage of learning. Yes, being an associate professor, being a professor is fine, it's okay. But I'm still learning. I'm not feeling that, okay, I'm learning nowadays. The students, new students, especially, as I also mentioned that we Indians are very strong in quantitatively. Programming, I'm not good in programming. Still, I'm struggling with the programming. So that's why, my dear friends, means that the platform is open for, thanks to IT, the worldwide opportunities in front of us. It is completely up to us how we can say utilize those resources. And like the MDI, everything is there. Being a student, being a faculty, being a research scholar, it is completely up to us how we can use those resources, right? And how we can explore ourselves. There is no end. It is here in the UK, especially, we are using the research excellence framework in teaching excellence framework. It's very, very difficult to publish paper in 3-star, in 4-star. But when you have a very strong, we can say, your attitude, positive attitude, you have, we can say, good skill set, qualitative and quantitative skill sets, then you can increase your pipeline, you can start learning. Maybe you are no confirmatory, I don't know confirmatory. When we start working with you, then it is opportunity for me to learn from you confirmatory. I'm no fuzzy theory, you don't know, but it is opportunity when we start working with, you can learn the fuzzy theory from me. So this is the way actually. And now, my dear friends, as I told you that because of the efforts what actually we are doing, so because of that, so the many research awards I received, best paper award, many conferences, international excellence awards. Like, you know, when I was in the BML Munjal University, I got the best excellent teaching, not only research teaching. That's why I'm telling you how we can convert, how we can translate our best teaching to best research to the best teaching. And you can see my feedback also. I taught many courses related to science, the management science research. It's very difficult to motivate students all the time. But yes, it is possible. The research gate score, research citation. So my dear friends, it is completely, I would say, not difficult. But if we keep ourselves, yes, I have to enhance our skill sets, empirical skill sets. I want to learn this method, that method, then carrying those methods, start teaching others in the classroom. Then it is always, we can say, it will help you to increase your, we can say, your outcomes in terms of the publication, in terms of the project, everywhere, in teaching also. So first, now this is the analytical capabilities of mine and the software I know, but still I also mentioned that the capability where I'm exploring nowadays, because it is nowadays computational, impact of the computational, very programming, very nowadays in the especially the operation area is very huge. So we have to update ourselves. Area of research, sustainability, industry 4.0, like Professor Neej already mentioned in my introduction. Net zero, just we started work on net zero economy also because our Prime Minister mentioned that just you have to start data some initiative, integration of one, we can say, the area to the another area. Like for instance, just recently we are working with the integration of circular economy with the HR. What is the role of HR? We can say adopting the circular economy practices, etc. So it's again, it is not possible when we'll start, and I mentioned the reading the reports, reading the articles, reading the newspapers, reading the, I would say that the spatial issue, then that thing will give you lots of insights, reviewing paper, right? Membership of the societies, those things will give you lots of insights and you can start thinking about. But parallelly, I would say that start enhancing your analytical skill set so that you can start helping everyone, right? So this is all about from my side, my dear friends. And again, there is no shortcut. Here we have research excellence framework. Suppose today I'm able to publish for 3-star article. Now the management said that Anil, you can try for the 4-star also. If I know confirmatory factor analysis is okay, stop, start, go and back and start reading, understanding another method. So means again, it's completely depends on our practice, my dear friends. Suppose I am very much good in the empirical research. Again, you have to enhance what are the new methods which are nowadays coming in empirical research, so that like SEMPLS, there are many methods are coming. So we have to take those workshops and start understanding, start teaching also those methods in the classroom. There is no shortcut, but yes, again, start putting more and more efforts to enhance both the qualitative and quantitative empirical skill sets, and start using those skill sets. And I'm sure we can make our teaching more effective. We can sustain long time in academic, we can say academic research. So this is from my side, my dear friends. So again, help others and sustain yourself, and help others to sustain, to grow. This is the ultimate object. Like I mentioned, that it's not possible 170 research item in the research basket. It is possible with the combined efforts, right? It is possible with the help of the student. It is possible with the help of the research mentor. It is possible with so credit goes to everyone, but credit in the end of the day depends on our we can say our attitude. It depends on our learning attitude. I would say that how much we can say in the class, everything. Just give the report and be open, be kind, and always try to put yourself. Yes, I'm here to learn. Let me learn more and more. So this is from my side. Thank you very much. I'm sure you, and these are some references. And now I'm here for, if you have any question, I'm trying my best to give the answer of those questions. Yes, Nirj.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Anil, for sharing very valuable inputs and a lot of things. So there was some questions, but you have addressed almost all the questions through that very structured presentation and very systematic, you can say, the presentation. So once again, thank you to you on behalf of the entire MDIM family. And as we were doing a conversation earlier, that it would be great if you can actually help us or help our student, then we can actually do some joint projects, joint, you can say the hand holding if you can do, and you can provide them and motivate them in terms of doing a more, you can say, practical studies, which could be of the importance for the UK, India, as well as the different, you can say, other domain. Okay, so once again, thank you, and over to Director.
Yeah, Dr. Nish, I'm sure, definitely. But I would say again, you have everything. Your director sir is visionary, actually. So yes, so it's up to us how we can use the resources, how we can use his mentorship. Actually, like I mentioned, that mentorship is resources and mentorship. These two things, and you have everything, right? So mentorship, you have resources, you have just to utilize those things, and I'm sure we can do many things together. Why not?
Thank you very much, Professor Anil Kumarji. I must say that I must congratulate you and express my heartfelt thanks to you for giving wonderful, I mean, I should say, wow, kind of presentation on different aspects of the empirical research methods.
Oh, thank you.
And step-by-step analysis that you have explained, 5-6 steps up to conclusion, and leading towards the sustainable research model with loose model concepts, and then the drivers of the sustainable research model.
Yes.
And you talked about the qualitative aspects as well as the quantitative aspects of the research, empirical research, and how that can be applied to teaching as well as to the research by the faculty and the students. I think mind-blowing. It was mind-blowing. I must congratulate you that we are fortunate enough, all the faculty members and the students and other participants to this, MDIM COGNOS research seminar platform. Is very much fortunate enough to have you this evening, and we are immensely benefited. Now, on behalf of MDI Murshidabad, I would like to extend my standing invitation to you to kindly help us in organizing a faculty workshop or faculty development program, or also to contribute significantly jointly, as Dr. Neeraj has rightly said, about jointly conducting some research projects, and also to guide the students. MBA students, they are very intelligent. They are very intelligent.
Yes, it is.
They're very good. And they, one thing about the student is that they have a passion to learn, the passion to do research. And similarly with our faculty members, they want to do publish more paper like you in A*, B*, C* journals, So thank you
Sir,
very
actually,
much.
yes, sir. I had a very good discussion with the Dr. Neeraj actually, and the good thing is, in institute's location there is a huge opportunity actually.
Yes.
Opportunity, and the students also. Our students is very intelligent. Just a matter of to guide them properly, to motivate them properly, to we can say teach them properly. So there are many things in terms of, like I published many articles with my BBA student. How it is possible? It is possible actually. Just to mentor them, to guide them step by step. So definitely it is possible in terms of case study, in terms of paper, in terms of conference paper, in terms of some working paper. So at least we are adding something to the literature. At least we are adding some to our library also. At least we are something adding to motivate our upcoming students, our upcoming generation. Why not?
Yes.
So it is our pleasure, definitely.
I think Dr. Neeraj, I think we should give our invitation to the Professor Anil Kumarji also to take few sessions for MBA students, through online mode. And I think it is possible because Anil Kumarji is so passionate, so energetic
Thank you,
in terms of helping our students, the young minds of India,
Yes.
Dr. Neeraj will definitely organize your few sessions, depending on your convenience and time, for the benefit of our MBA students, both first year and the second year.
Yes, sure.
So that they would be motivated by you to do and spend more time for the life projects, as you have rightly mentioned about.
Yes.
Yeah, and you have been given so many awards, national, international.
Sir.
Best paper research award itself is.
Sir, I remember, I mentioned, Dr. Neeraj, you have visionary director. Actually, I remember when I was doing my PhD at that time, fortunately, Professor Deshmukh was there being director. And he mentioned that, Anil, what are you doing nowadays? I mentioned, sir, just I'm reading. What reading? Sir, I'm reading methods. How many methods do you know? I know, sir, 1 and 2 methods. Next time when you will meet me, I want to see you know 10 plus methods. So then I start working on it. So this is the way, sir. This is the role of mentor, actually, good mentor.
Good mentor, correct.
Yes. And depends on us. When the mentor give us the time, just write down some keywords, and those keywords for us for 6 months, next 6 months.
Right. Correct.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So thank you very much, Anilji, and now over to Dr. Neeraj.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Director, sir. So we had a very wonderful session by Dr. Anil, sir. So thank you, sir, for being a part of MDIM COGNOS, the second edition of MDIM COGNOS. And we are really grateful to you. And not only participants from MDIM fraternity, they joined, actually participants from outside MDI. A number of participants, they also joined today, and they are immensely benefited, as is evident from their chat box.
Yes,
It is at the end, it is although our mind doesn't like to end this session, so inspiring and enriching, but every good things comes to an end. So we thank Dr. Anil for a wonderful session. We thank our director, sir, for giving this platform in organizing this MDIM COGNOS, the research seminar series, monthly research seminar series. We thank the administration, the research office, IT team, Mr. Jaydeep Mukherjee, Mr. Avirup Das for the back support, for all the links created and everything, for smooth conduct of this program. Our PR media team, the students, the faculty and non-faculty colleagues of MDI Murshidabad. And I will fail in my duty if I don't have special mention of Dr. Neeraj. So it is because of Dr. Neeraj we could have you, Anil, Dr. Anil.
yes.
So, and as the director sir has said, so we would like you to, sir, have some FDP.
Yes.
Development program for in-house faculty as well as the wider audience. So maybe I chat with you. So it will be a wonderful opportunity. We also can publish some joint papers with you.
Yes.
So it will be a wonderful collaboration to have you with you, right? So and Dr. Ravi also has done immensely contributed for this series. Thank you, Dr. Ravi. So with this, we conclude today's session. Thank you all. Have a nice evening.
So, sir, India. And Happy New Year 2022.
Oh, Happy New Year, sir. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, sir. Bye.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you.